One cool aspect of homeschooling is that you, as an older student, get to help the younger students with stuff that they don't understand, and if there's something that they understand that you don't, they get to return the favor.
There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul.
One cool aspect of homeschooling is that you, as an older student, get to help the younger students with stuff that they don't understand, and if there's something that they understand that you don't, they get to return the favor.
There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. There goes a sight from my soul. I think it's all.
Look, it's snowing.
Well,
Homeschool PE class. Back when I was like 5 or 6 years old, my grandparents had a treadmill, and I got on that treadmill and I cranked it up to 4.1. And then I jumped off into the sides of the treadmill. And when I tried to get back on, I slipped and fell, and I was hurled backwards into a wall. And my leg got trapped. Meanwhile, I was pinned to a wall.
I think it's all angels just walk by.
And all the skin on the inside of my thigh was ripped off. So we went to the children's hospital, and we had to wait 2 hours just to get seen. And I was in excruciating pain. But I got through it, and then I had a fear of treadmills for like the next 7 years. Yeah, it was bad. Okay, that concludes my workout and my homeschool PE lesson. I'm going to go print some stuff off that I have to do for school, and I'll get back to work. Homeschooling in a hotel. I'm doing a report on the causes of World War I. So basically one nation followed another nation into a war that they didn't even really care about that much. It was all just because of some treaties and alliances. History is so interesting.
I think it's all angels just walk by.
Just got everything printed off. It's like almost like 8 pages, I think. I'd like to introduce a new segment to this vlog called First question from Donna Bullet Platt. She asks, do you ever get tired of being home all day? Yes, sometimes I do, because you're cooped up, you kind of get cabin fever. But it is nice being at home with your family because you get to spend extra hours with your family that you wouldn't get if you were in school. So it is nice. It can be a blessing and a curse. Robin Odegaard asks, are you socialized? This is the question that I get asked the most of being a homeschooler. Are you socialized? Yes, we socialize at things called homeschool co-ops. They're basically like get-togethers where we have classes and stuff like that. So like there will be a person who's really good at science and she'll teach science. Or English, and she'll teach English. And we get together, have really fun group activities and field trips. It's not as often as you people in school get, but we build really good, solid relationships as opposed to a bunch of acquaintances. Catherine K. asks, do you ever just stay in your PJs all day? Yes, this is one of the coolest things about homeschooling is that I get to watch my science lecture in bed with my pajama pants on. I love it. That is a really cool aspect of homeschooling is that whether you're sick, whether it's snowing like it is right now, whether it's anything, you get to sit in your bed and have breakfast with your PJ pants on and watch your lecture and nobody cares. Another question I get asked a lot about homeschooling is like how do I get my courses, how do I get like a real education, and I take online courses, so like I'll watch my lecture, they'll give me my assignment, I do it, and I turn it into my mom so she can check it. That's the way I do it. I know other homeschoolers who do it differently, like they just strictly use the textbook. And other people take like actual online classes with a live teacher, which is also super cool. And another really cool thing about homeschooling is that we get to start like later. So if we start like 9:30 in the morning, we go a little bit later, like till 5 o'clock. Or if we start early, like at 7 o'clock, you get to go to like 3:30 or something like that. So you have a really flexible schedule. At least that's the way it is with me. Not all homeschoolers are that way. So like some are a little bit more loose than that, and some are a whole lot more rigid than that. Diana Miranda asks, can you concentrate at home? This is an awesome question. And she also says, you have been homeschooled and gone to school. That's true because I went to private school for 6 months, so I do know what that's like. So I can concentrate most of the time if Will's out. So like my mom will take Will to a park and then I can concentrate. Or if I go in another room and shut the door and play classical music, like Metallica, or no, just kidding, like Tchaikovsky, stuff like that, I can concentrate, but sometimes it is incredibly difficult, especially with the hard stuff I'm doing. Will's running and going, it can get difficult at times. But then in school, they have the kids constantly talking and doing like doodling, and that can get quite distracting too. Which is easier to concentrate? Maybe a little bit more. I'll give an edge to school, just because the teachers most of the time can keep control of the classroom. But yeah, that was a really good question. Okay, that concludes my homeschooling Q&A. Consider yourself informed.
There goes the same